So I'm here with comedian Ron Placone talking about what it's like to be an artist, right? So when you start off as an artist, stand-up comedian, I'm going to live doing art. Everybody wants to shit on you.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's like, who do you think you are? And I said, hey, I'm going to move to L.A. Even other comedians like, you're nuts. Everyone likes to crap on someone who's doing something. That's just a rule, right? Have you find that, Ron, when you said you're going to be a comedian?
Yeah, pretty much, man. Well, except here in L.A. because everybody's like,
No.
oh, yeah, every 3 feet someone's a comedian. Get in line. You're
That's
like
the
you're
other-
like 500 deep. White dude with glasses? Oh, geez, never mind. 800 deep. Misspoke.
And it's a tough thing, right, to do what you want to do artistically and be able to pay your bills doing it. That's a big challenge, right?
Indeed.
And, that's also part of the struggle. Some of my favorite memories were when I was just starting out doing comedy, and I didn't know what I was doing, and I was going to places doing comedy. And anyway, so the salad days are often your great memory days. And so on Broadway, they have playbills. You go to a theater show, they have a playbill, like a little booklet tells you about who's in the thing, what the thing's about. They have ads, right, that helps support the theater, ads from companies, whatever they put in the playbills. So this happened at the on Broadway. They put this in a playbill. Wells Fargo. If you notice, it says Wells Fargo is going to issue apology to artists because it says the banking company's new advertising campaign sparked outrage. So it had these inside the playbill. It had these pictures of. It says, "Look, a ballerina yesterday, an engineer today. Let's get them ready for tomorrow." This one says, "An actor yesterday, a botanist today. Let's get them ready for tomorrow." Why would he not still be an actor? Why would this 20-something-year-old guy quit being an actor to go all of a sudden, you know what? I decided I want to study things at a microbiological level. Did you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
four
by
of
the
those
way, it's inside of
professions
a
are yeah.
and it's inside of a playbill. So you're already at a theater watching people who are super successful in the arts.
Yeah.
They're on Broadway.
Some marketing person got fired over this.
Oh,
I hope.
definitely.
Like someone just, like creative people, they do it until they can't anymore. Because I wanted to be a creative and it didn't work out. So
And I wanted to go into
condescend.
advertising.
Yeah,
I had to go into
exactly.
advertising instead of real creativity.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I was like, a paycheck every 2 weeks makes me feel better, so I do this. And everyone makes that decision, right? No, some of us don't.
I was an advertising major in college. In fact, when I got out, I had my sample book. And I decided to become a comedian instead. I started doing comedy right away, and I started getting paid right away. And I was like, this is great. I don't need to go inside of an office building and write Coke is it.
Yeah.
or Wrigley's is pure chewing satisfaction.
Man, I lasted in the cubicle world 7 months, man.
Oh, did you?
It was 7 months too long. Yeah, I worked at a bank for like a minute, and I was like, this is, you guys want to do this the rest of your life? I got to get out. Like, this is, we all die at the end. You got that memo, right? Like, that's how this ends. Never look back.
So that's the whole point about being an artist, right? Because you are aware of that. You die at the end. You might as well do something with your life that you enjoy and create art in the meantime. And these people are way too young to be thinking about giving up the arts, right? What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous.
And you don't have to give up the arts. You can do the arts and do other things too. You can always be an actor. You can always be a writer. Lots of lawyers are writers, right? And then they stop being lawyers if they become successful enough as a writer. No one goes, "What are you writing for? Go be." Anyway, yesterday a writer, today a lawyer. No one does that.
There was this girl across the street from me in college. She was she majored in geology, anthropology, and acting, and she called herself the nation's first geoanthropactress. And she did one-woman shows about it.
That is creative.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And no one told her what she had to be yesterday, today, or tomorrow. She was like, well, I'm being all three. I don't know what she's up to now, but I imagine she's doing well. I mean, she's got to.
Somebody who can do that.
Yeah, right?
So that's just an actor yesterday, a botanist today. Oh, remember when I was an actor? Then I got serious about life because that's the tone of that. And so people who are in the arts face that kind of crap every day of their life. And everybody telling them, what do you think you're doing? Go get a job. What is the matter with you? Why would you go to college and then be an actor? Why, all that stuff. All that stuff. My parents are still embarrassed of me. They still want me to go into real estate. I'm not kidding.
You know what's great, Jimmy? My parents really wanted me to be a professor, and they accepted the fact that I went the other way, but they're always asking me about like money and stuff like that. The ironic thing over the past couple years, even though, God knows, being a comedian, you don't make a ton of money, but if I was in a PhD program, I would make less money. So I actually, like, my parents are always concerned about money. Meanwhile, if I was doing what they wanted me to do, I would actually be making less than I make as a comedian.
Well, when you say as a comedian, everybody makes different.
Well, sure.
That's
yeah,
the thing,
absolutely.
right? Like
a comedian at my level, I guess I should say.
There were-
Someone working their way up or
right.
whatever.
You just moved to LA this year, right? So give yourself a couple of years.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah, totally.
You'll get on a TV show, you'll get some writing gigs, things will happen for you. That's the thing about doing this, right? Is that everybody tells you you're crazy. Everybody tells you to stop. Everybody tells you. And thank God people don't listen to those people. Otherwise, when we went to the movies, we'd be watching a blank screen. Thank God, because when we turn on the radio, we'd be listening to guys just do news and sports. There wouldn't be any music. So that's why we need the arts, because it enriches our life. It's the whole point of what's life about. Nobody sits around, hey, let's go relax and do some math problems. Let's go watch some guys do calculus. No, that doesn't. Hey, you want to sit around and watch some guys engineer something? No.
Competitive calculus, we might be on to something. I don't know.
So thank God there's people who don't listen to those people and just do this anyway and go ahead and become artists. There's some people who got upset about it. Apparently, this was an actress, Cynthia Erivo. Apparently, Wells Fargo doesn't think an actor or a ballerina require any work at all. That's also one that implies also.
That does, because, to really do either one of those two things, it takes years and years of training.
Years.
Same with engineering in botany,
Yes.
but that doesn't make them better than the other.
It's correct. That's correct. Well, here's Wells Fargo. We offer our sincere apology for the initial ads promoting our September 17th Teen Financial Education Day.
Wells Fargo is deep.
They were intended to celebrate all the aspirations of young people and fell short of that goal.
Then they should add 4 different people in the ad.
Yeah.
Like where it was like an actor today and an actor tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like they should add 4
How about a
different
botanist
people.
today and guess what? A singer tomorrow.
Yeah.
How about an accountant today and an actor tomorrow? They would
Yeah.
never do it the other way, right? They would
Or an accountant by week and a like glam rock star on the weekends. Like do one of those,
Right.
Like make it like a Kurt Vonnegut short story. Why not?
And by the way, I can't think of anything more soul-sucking than doing something just for the money, right? Like, there's lots of people, that's it. I know all my friends, right? After they turn 25 years old, they don't know what to do with themselves.
Yeah.
They got no interests. They got like, I guess I'll get married and have kids. And so they do.
Well, and you see people, like my cousin who's around my age, he gets more in a yearly bonus than I make in a year. Like his bonus
What does
is
he do?
more than he's an attorney and he's like partner route, like he's en route to make partner, does corporate law. But the dude works so many, and I look at him like, I wouldn't trade you. I don't care how much you make. I would not trade you.
I work a lot but this isn't work.
It's a work of passion.
Yeah,
That's
this
totally
is
different. Yeah,
totally
different.
Cenk Uygur had a job out of law school, and he worked for a corporate law firm making a lot of money. And his job was to, long story short, whenever a CEO of a corporation screws over somebody and they get sued, they would hire somebody like Cenk to go defend the CEO over. So this CEO had screwed over investment-wise these ex-professional athletes. And Cenk knew them, and he was fans of them. I can't remember who they were. But his job was to then go screw these guys over again, who had already been screwed over.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, I can't do this for a living. I can't do this.
Yeah, man. When you
I can't. And so that was that. He's like, I can't do this.
When you get a peek under the hood, you really
Yeah.
find out. I mean, even just at a bank and where I was working, which wasn't really under the hood, but it was some shady stuff that went on.
I saw
Fox
The Big
News
Short.
blaring from every TV screen, and you're like, man, I got to get out of this place. I was the weirdo in the office because
Yeah, I
I did
bet.
really obscure, random things like eat sushi. I was the weirdo, man.
let's read that. We are making changes to the campaign's creative that better reflect our company's core value of embracing diversity and inclusion and our support of the arts. Last year, Wells Fargo supported the arts, culture, and education, totaling $93 million.
Changes to the campaign's creative. I told you a marketing person got fired. That's what happened. Some marketing person got fired.
So good for everybody. I hope that person didn't get fired. I hope they learned a lesson, though. And we'll never stop denigrating the arts, because it's that thing of everybody wants to be an artist. Everybody wants to be an actor. Everybody wants to be a comedian. Everybody wants to be a singer. And they can't, so they try to shit on anybody else who's actually doing it. And I've actually, for whatever it is, that's just human nature, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. My parents don't want me to be a real estate agent. My parents literally, I went to a festival. I got invited to the HBO Comedy Festival in Aspen, and I got noticed, and Comedy Central gave me a half-hour special, my first half-hour special. I was like, yay!
Yeah.
It happened, right? It really worked out. It worked out for me. I got in comedy. I moved to L.A. I got a half-hour special on Comedy Central. This is after I'd already been on Comedy Central, but this is my first special. And you know what my mom said? She's like, oh, that's great. Hopefully someone will see that and they'll do something for you. I'm like, no, Mom, someone did see me and they did do something for me, and this is it.
I thought you were going to say their first question was, are they paying you for this? How much are you getting paid? I'm pretty sure that would be my parents' first question. I always think like if I get like that first TV spot or whatever, and I'm like, hey, I'm going to be on there, but are they paying you? Are they?
That's what my brother who's was the vice president of White Castle, when I got the first time on Comedy Central, they flew me out to do this show called Premium Blend.
Mm-hmm.
And it was
I
in
remember
2001. And it was unbelievable. I got to perform at a theater on Broadway doing stand-up, and they filmed it, and there was all these other comedians around. The guy from In Living Color hosted the show, and I was staying literally in Manhattan on Broadway at a hotel. It was great. It was the greatest thing in the world. My brother, hey, how much they pay you for that? It's like, hey, I went out on a date with, who's a big sex symbol female right now?
Taylor Swift.
I went out on a date with Taylor Swift. Did you get? Would they pay you for that? No.
How much was the dinner? Did you guys go? Did you guys split it, or
did you guys split it?
She's pretty famous. Did she cover the bill? Like, oh, free dinner, man. That's so cool. You got a free dinner. Bet that meal was great.
Hopefully, somebody sees your television show and gives you a television show.